All right, so our next presenter has worked with the Clinical Trials Cancer Trials Support Unit, or the CTSU, since its inception in 1999. Wow, I'm old. She is on the Awareness, Education, and Training team. She currently coordinates the Network Accrual Core Team, Network Act, which showcases protocols that may benefit from cross-network promotion. Please help me welcome Dr. Gotting to the podium.
Hello, thank you. I was able to give some updates last night at the Site Operations Committee, and that was on national coverage analysis, the electronic medical record build, SAE integration, and the Network Act. Today, I will be talking about multi-group audits, the central monitoring portal, and a lot of website and administrative updates that you may not know about. There will not be a CTSU table at this meeting, but I will be available for questions the rest of today and all day tomorrow. So I'm happy to talk with you whenever. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be talking about multi-group audits, the central monitoring portal, and the website and administrative updates this morning. So multi-group audits, this is a 3-year pilot program, and Elaine Armstrong did talk about this a little bit yesterday. It's a 3-year pilot expected to start in winter 2018. So she had mentioned that in February and in April, 2 SWOG sites will be participating in a multi-group audit. Clinical sites that are members of more than one adult group may be subject to audit visits by 2 or more groups at the same time. They're hoping in the future this would ease the audit burden. You have all the auditors at once instead of staggering their visits. Also, there's an increase in efficiency and standardization of the audit procedures, and that's now being worked out how they're going to be proceeding with that. There's a number of committees that work on this pilot. There are members from the CTMB, the CTSU, the NCTN groups, and DCP. Eligible sites can be group members, NCORPs, or LAPs. And selection is related to accrual. So they're not the biggest sites, they're not the smallest sites. Generally, they're sites that enroll about 25 credits in a single group per year. The idea of the multi-group audit would be introduced at the time of the visit scheduling. So there's a CTSU audit coordinator who would contact you to bring this up. And then they would talk about how this would be coordinated. So each auditing group, so whether it's SWOG or ECOG or Energy Alliance, will send an audit team and will audit their patients. And they will follow the CTMB guidelines. This will be like normal audits. In addition, a CTSU audit facilitator will attend these audits, the multi-group audits. They're assisting with on-site coordination. They may also participate as an auditor. And then each group will have its own exit interview and its own audit report. And there is a resource document on the CTSU website. It's called the Multi-Group Audit Overview document, and it's under the Resources tab. So this is kind of the way it would work. Group 1 and Group 2 would schedule the audit. They will conduct the audit at the same time, but then you would receive your findings or your closeout meetings with each group. So you would have 2 separate meetings to receive your results. So some of the take-home messages here is that this is a pilot program. A lot of sites will not be eligible. The maximum number of groups that would participate in a multi-group audit is 2. And if there are reasons why your site cannot participate, they will take that into consideration. But if you're selected, they would like you to try to participate if possible. Another update is on the central monitoring portal. So there are a number of different data quality management tools that are fairly new in the last 2 years. There's the data quality portal, the site audit portal, and the central monitoring portal. And they all kind of work together. There's actually going to be a CTSU webinar that's happening tomorrow from 3 to 4 Eastern time. So everyone here is going to be at this meeting, but they will be recording that webinar and posting it on the website. So if anyone wants further information, they will be talking about the site audit portal, the data quality portal, and the central monitoring portal, and be giving some scenarios as well. So today I'm going to be talking about the central monitoring portal. This is an application on the website that's accessible from Rave. This is like the SAE integration that I was talking about yesterday. Rave is your starting point. In this central monitoring portal, you're able to upload source documents for central monitoring review. You're also able to electronically redact personal identifying information. It'll show the documents that are expected, which ones are uploaded, which ones are missing. So it's tracking all central monitoring activities for all protocols, regardless of LPO. And so there are 2 studies that will be in production in November, the Alliance Ambassador Study and the NRG Study GI004. Both of those will be launching in the central monitoring portal. So if you're participating in those studies, when you start entering data in Rave, you'll have some new functionality. The whole goal of the central monitoring portal is to develop a streamlined process for performing data monitoring remotely. So hopefully this will cut down on some of the audit responsibilities at the site by being able to be audited remotely for some of these different functions. The central monitoring review activity will be entered in Rave. And so also you're able to identify which source documentations are required for central monitoring review through the Rave system. So the process is you enter your data in Rave. You can click on the CMP link on the central monitoring alert form, which is new in Rave, or you can directly log into the CMP from the CTSU website. So there are 2 different ways to enter the central monitoring portal. But entering from Rave is probably a good way to begin. You're able to redact and upload the source documents as PDFs, and then the personal identifying information can be redacted. You also are able to review and respond to queries through the central monitoring portal. So if your source documents are rejected by the lead protocol organization, or if you have a monitoring question, it would be issued through Rave and you would receive it and be able to respond through the central monitoring portal. Through Rave, you will have alerts, different alerts. So it's a trigger in Rave indicating that a source document upload is required in the central monitoring portal. So as you're entering your data, you're going to have some new alerts. It'll display for any visit or folder in Rave that has electronic CRFs with data points that require central monitoring review. This form contains a link to the CMP, an open query, and instructions on how to upload the documents. And then there's the site submission screen. So this is viewable by everyone. Everyone is able to view, but then there are only certain roles. So Rave CRA, Rave Investigator, and CRA Lab Administrator that are able to upload documents. So there's a little bit different access. And so as people's roles are being transitioned through the RCR, if they are assigned that role, like Associate Plus, non-participating investigator, or non-physician investigator, or physician investigator, they may have different access rights and roles, but it is viewable by everyone. Data can be filtered by the LPO, by the site, by the protocol, and by patient. So you're able to view and to filter in different ways to view your data. The document browser also has the personal identification redaction capability, and they have actually simplified how to redact. So there's a redaction icon, and it's a lot easier to use now. So you're able to just click it and redact the personal identifying information before you submit. Some items to note and to stress is that uploaded documents must be PDF For a patient and visit, source documents for multiple visits in one file will not be accepted. So you do have to upload for each visit. You can't just upload like all the lab information for 3 or 4 visits. They have to be per visit. Rely on the central monitoring alert form in RAVE to identify the patients, the visits, and the data points for source documents required to upload. So you will receive more alerts, and just don't ignore those alerts. Go ahead and upload that information. You're able to kind of go in between RAVE and the central monitoring portal with those deep links. So you can use the link provided in RAVE to access the central monitoring portal. You can use the link provided in the central monitoring portal to access RAVE. But you're entering your data in RAVE primarily, so you get in that habit. It'll also give you the alerts for the SAE integration and for other applications that will be coming soon. In terms of training, there will be more detailed training provided. So this is not the only way to receive training. The portal will contain context-sensitive help on every screen. So as these new programs and pilots and initiatives are launched, there are usually user guides, but there are also different buttons that you can click on those screens. So the portal will have these per page. Also, there will be updates in the bi-monthly broadcast, in the newsletter. They're hoping to have a webinar at the end of the month. I'm guessing it'll probably be the beginning of next month at this point. But in that webinar, they'll go through the process in detail. They'll also provide a demo of the central monitoring portal. And so, and if you miss that, they record that and then post that. There's a new area on the CTSU website called multimedia. And so the webinars that we record are loaded there. So you're able to access and go through. If you just need to review part of a webinar, you're able to do that. And so we're hoping that people will be able to attend the webinars, but also if you're not able to, or you've gone to a webinar and you want to re-review, those are all available on the website now. I'll also be talking about some other website and administrative updates that have happened in the last 6 months. So first of all, I'll go over some upcoming changes, things that have not happened on our website yet, but we're anticipating. So there's the unified protocol postings. So we're hoping to display a single version of the CRB approved protocol and consent form. So at this time, there are different ways to access documents. We'd like it all to live in one place, receive one set of updates. So now the LPOs are going to be deep linking to the CIRB version posted on the CTSU website. So that will be the main house for it. Protocol-specific web pages are going to be updated. They're going to have a new layout, and we're going to hopefully eliminate duplicate postings under multiple tabs. So there should be one deep link, one place where things are updated. And so we're hoping to roll this out this fall. Also coming soon are accrual graphs and details on the protocol-specific home pages. So they will have accrual by site. You'll be able to see a visual picture. Also, they'll have a listing of accrual by site. So you're able to see who the high accruers are, if you need a resource, if you need a mentor, if you need to contact a different site for some advice. This will be a nice way to visualize and access that. There are also going to be some protocol-specific requirement changes coming to the regulatory tab. So hopefully there'll be more user-friendly requirement descriptions on compliance, and these will display in the regulatory tab under the site registration and protocol requirements. This will happen for all new studies and then a subset of legacy studies, so primarily precision medicine and some of the largest phase 3 trials. This is slated for early next year. Also, TRIAD Access will be undergoing some revisions and some changes. So the transmission of imaging and data, some of those roles. So this will allow individuals at the IROC provider to maintain the roster. So the TRIAD site user role will be changed to the IRAC roster when a clinical site is assigned to the IRAC provider. Also, the CTSU administrator will be able to be assigned to the IRAC roster for the aligned IRAC provider. The CTSU site roster then will start phasing out after the TRIAD roles are migrated. So the RCR is going to be now the primary place where everyone's roles will be assigned. The primary point of contact will be based on the person on the participating or credited roster, and this may be several people. This will impact the distribution of CTSU targeted broadcasts and cross-network communications, but in a few slides I'll be talking about how to manage that. This is another pilot, the NCTN Navigator Specimen Resource Locator. So this is a resource for investigators who are interested in conducting research on specimens that have been banked in the CTEP-sponsored completed cancer clinical trials. So the goal of this pilot is to publish an inventory of available biospecimens that are still available after the trials have closed. So they're going to be putting together some standardized and harmonized definition of what that means and which specimens are available, how to apply for them, how to even know which are available, and then having a centralized review for those requests and grants of that proposal. So this is coming soon. So they have not started this yet. They're still working out all those details about how to access them and who should apply and how to get those awarded. But we need investigators to participate in this pilot. So if you're interested in participating, if you're working with investigators that are interested in participating, you can contact our help desk at ctsucontact@westat.com. And this is a good way to say, we want to be notified when this pilot is up and running. Some other reports that are out there and some reminders. So there's a CTSU report and information subscription portal. So this is when you log into the CTSU website, on the top banner, left-hand corner, there's a new little button, and it's called CRISP. So this is the CTSU report and information subscription portal, CRISP. So it helps you manage your subscriptions to a variety of email alerts. So if you want to know your enrollments for sites, accrual updates, different changes, you're able to select which subscriptions you'd like to sign up for. Also, if you would like to take yourself off or other staff at your sites, you're able to do that as well. If there are changes to rosters, you can receive notifications. If there are protocol updates that you're interested in receiving more information as they're posted, you can click on that. Also, regulatory updates. So depending on your role at your site, which information you're interested in receiving, you can now sign up for different subscriptions, and then you can take certain people off different subscriptions. So you're able to manage your subscriptions this way. And this is taking the place of some of those older systems. There are also a number of different new accrual reports that are located at the bottom of the protocol browser tree. So when you sign onto the website and you click on protocols, at the very bottom, so this is way at the end of the list of protocols, they have these this folder. It's called Accrual Reports. And so there are different categories. So you can look up by NCTN, ETCTN, NCORP, and also AYA. You can filter for protocol status, phase of trial, keyword search, study type, disease type, lead organization, and you can run different reports. It's really a nice feature. You can export to PDF, to Excel, and then you're able to upload them to your own slides. So there are a number of different requests we receive for different types of accrual reports, but this is a way so that you can download it yourself quickly, and it's a really great feature. The data quality portal, this is associated with those data quality management tools. So it is one-stop shopping for your data quality queries. So you're able to access all RAVE studies at this point, direct link into the RAVE URLs, and manage your queries and delinquencies. Also, you're able to monitor your data quality and timeliness, review metrics and performance. There are a number of different reports in the data quality portal. So as I was mentioning, so there are metric tables. You can have a grid, a table. You can export your queries. You're able to download them. You can look at the graphic layout, aging report, totals by form and by site. So this is a really great feature as well. Also, you can receive quarterly updates for query and timeliness. So these are all features to help you manage the data queries at your site. Other resources include the patient subtab. So they've done a little bit of reordering. So this was on the clinical data tab, and now it's on the RAVE and the DQP tab. So it provides a summary of all registration steps. So you're able to actually click on patients and look and see where you are in that process and what is required. Are things pending? Are you approved? Are you what's needed for particular patients? There's also a study agent report. This is also located in that same folder where the accrual reports are. So it's in the protocol tab all the way down at the bottom. So you're able to look at different study agents by protocols, by study agent, and that's another fascinating way to search and see what's happening if things are a different way of looking at the data. Also, there's the NCI funding sources. This is available funds per protocol. So for each protocol, if you click on the protocol, it says funding, and so you're able to click on that. So are there funds available for biospecimens, for screening? Are there industry funds that are available, NCI funds? So they list pretty accurately all the different sources of the funding that are available per protocol. Also, there are a number of different reports through the Open tab. So when you click on Open at the top menu, there is a report sub-tab when you go to that section. So again, there's a different funding report. So you're actually able to see reimbursements for quality of life, biospecimens. You're also able to run your accrual map and charts. And then something that's coming up is this tagging feature, which will allow you to add notes to the website. So those will be your own personal notes, reminders, things like that. So you're able to mark in the future different features and things that you want to make sure that you do not forget. So that'll be coming soon. So as I mentioned, I will be around today and tomorrow, but if there are any questions right now that I can help you with, I'm happy to take those too. Thank you.